Welcome to my channel. My name is James Moore Jr. and recently I have become the 2025 District 84 Table Topics Champion. I know you're probably wondering, what is a table topic? A table topic is when someone gives you a question or a prompt and you're supposed to give an impromptu speech on whatever it is that they gave you. At the district level, I had to compete against 7 other districts in order for me to become the champion. Now, when you break that down, that's a lot of clubs. It's over 120 clubs that I had to compete against, but not like individually. It was the best of the best of the best. So what I've decided to do to be a little different with my channel is to wake up every morning and practice a table topic. There's this app called Udly. It's an app that uses AI to help you with your speeches. So it has table topics. It'll give you prompts, questions. It has presentation mode where you're giving a speech and it'll critique your speech. It'll give you your filler words. It'll give you your sentence structures. It'll give you words that you use a lot of and weak words. This app is amazing. It also has a few little games within it to help you with being quick on your feet, storytelling, and a couple of other things that I haven't played with a whole lot of. But what I decided to do is to record myself every morning doing a table topic. I'll even do one at the end of this video with the same shirt on. I have my prompt sitting right over there on my computer, and I'll give it to you. But first, here's from the beginning of the week. So today's table topic is, if money wasn't an object, what would be your dream job? Well, to begin with, if money was never an object, I wouldn't have a job. That's my dream. To not have to wake up to an alarm clock to clock in at somebody else's schedule. That's my dream. To not have to worry about the paycheck that I'm about to get in 2 weeks and where it's all gonna go. That's my dream. I only work a job because I need money. If I didn't need money, I wouldn't need a job. So what would I do with my time? Everything I ever wanted. I would go and travel. I would do more things with Toastmasters. I would even start a club. A Toastmasters club? Possibly. A comedy club? Definitely. I would book all the famous comedians to come and perform in my club just to get it started. I would hone my skills as a comedian at my own club so that way I could be a comedian and travel and do all this other cool stuff. So if money was never an object, and my dream job would be to do any and everything without having to worry about money. Boom! That's my time. Hopefully that was within time. With table topics, you're supposed to stay within 1 to 2 minutes and have at least a 30-second buffer after the 2 minutes. But this is just practice. I'm not just going to be a table topics champion forever, but this impromptu speaking does give me the opportunity to work on being able to hold conversations. Because that's all a conversation is. It's a bunch of impromptu speaking. The better you are at that, the more intriguing you can be to anybody else, and the more polished you'll sound whenever you do speak. That's my message for today. Check me out tomorrow. Let's see what the table topic is then. My table topics question today is, what 3 qualities would your parents best describe you as? Well, let's see. I think my mom would describe me for 3 qualities. Lately, she would describe me as ambitious, honest, and funny. I think she would pick those three. Ambitious because of the Toastmasters thing. What I'm doing with Toastmasters, I think she think I'm ambitious because of that. That's really about it. Uh, Funny. I I've been trying to tell jokes, trying to be more lighthearted. Find the humor in things. The last one was I don't remember what the last one was. I just said it. I don't even remember it. Now, if my dad was still here, he'd probably say I am funny. Wow, I just don't know what they would describe me as. Maybe it's because I don't talk to them enough. Maybe it's because I don't open up to them enough. I don't even know what best three qualities describe me, period. So I don't even know what people think of me. I never bothered to ask. Maybe it's because I don't want to know. That could be it. I feel like if I did know, then I would try to be more of that, which might not even be who I really am. So I don't know what three qualities people would describe me as. I know what I would describe me as. Lazy, unmotivated, and a procrastinator. Those are the things I see myself doing the most. But that's all right. That's my table topic right there. To start a great table topic for today, I don't know what's going on. I thought I had a good table topic, but apparently when I think off the cuff, all the stuff that is going on in my brain decides to come out. So there's that. Describe my perfect Sunday. My perfect Sunday consists of me waking up at about 5 a.m. I usually get up around this time anyway. I make my YouTube videos. And then after I make my YouTube videos, taking a little nap. Oh yeah, because the fam is still sleeping. They don't normally get up until around 8, sometimes 9 on Sundays. So that extra 2 to 3 hours of sleep comes in handy. Now, once the fam is up, we're going to get some breakfast or make some breakfast, sit around and chit chat for a little bit. And then around 11 o'clock, my wife is going to break off and go do Bible study while me and Mia are going to play around or do whatever we feel like. Now, if it's too hot outside, we won't go outside because Florida is hot around this time. This is summer junior, which means it's not quite summer yet, but it's really close. Once me and Mia are done doing whatever we're doing, and my wife is done with Bible study, this is when the fun begins. So we're either going to go and do something somewhere, or we're going to chill around the house and take care of things around the house. Knowing my wife, she might have to go and train somebody somewhere else, so she might be gone for a little bit, which means she's either taking Mia or she's not taking Mia. If she is taking Mia, I get more sleep. If she's not taking Mia, I'm going to put Mia down for a nap and get me some more sleep. Now, once my wife is done with her training of people and she comes back home, usually she'll want to go and get something to eat. Now, usually, she makes me pick because you know how women do. I want to get something to eat. Oh, yeah, well, what you want? 5 hours later. No, we're not doing that. So, I'll pick. We go get. We eat, come back home, and then we chill. And then we get ready for the week. That's my perfect Sunday in a nutshell. Cracked open. Grab the nut meat. eat it. Back to you. That's a table topic. That's a good table topic. That's a table topic in a nutshell. I don't know what it is with nutshells because I prefer my nuts out of the shells because the shell is just an obstacle that I would love to overcome quickly. What's an important skill that the new generation isn't learning? Well, back in my day, it was important to know how to read a map. Reading a map is important because let's say your phone dies. You don't have any GPS. How are you going to get around? It's important to know how to navigate through your surroundings without a phone. For example, let's say you're trying to get to somebody's house. You have to call them up from a payphone. Oh, there's another skill, remembering a phone number. Half the time we don't remember phone numbers because the phone does it for us. But let's say you happen to remember this phone number and you need to call your friend and say, hey, how do I get to your house from where I am? They're going to give you landmarks and street names that you need to remember and look out for. That's a skill in itself. Because majority of the time, GPS is just telling you, in 2 miles, turn left. But what's in those 2 miles? Well, let's see. There's this street after this street, and then there's the street you need to turn on after that street. That way you get a good understanding of, oh, I see my street. That means 2 streets, I got to make a left. Or on that corner, there's this business, or there's this structure. That way you understand where you are in your surroundings and where you need to go. That's a skill that most people don't have these days anymore. And that's a skill that I believe is important that the new generation should know. Boom, table topics, let's go. What can't I live without? I can't live without oxygen. I think that's a given. So let me think, what else can I not live without? I can't live without water. I think that's also a given. So let me think a little deeper. Can't live without food. Can't live without love. There's so many things I can't live without. I guess if we're going to go in a general sense of what I can't live without, I can't live without the sun. I need that heat in my life. I moved to Florida from a place that had seasons. Because as you know, in Florida, we just have 2 seasons. We have summer junior, we have summer, and then we have summer light. And then basically fall. It's not winter. It doesn't get that cold. So those are the seasons that we have. The sun is always shining throughout those seasons. And I need that. I can't live without the sun. The sun gives me my vitamin D. You know how important vitamin D is? I honestly don't. That's why I'm asking. I know it's important. But how important? I guess I'll have to Google that later. But yeah, in summation, I can't live without the sun. The sun is my God. That's it for today. Table topic, nailed it. Probably gonna cut this last part out because it's unnecessary. You know I did it. Table topic is finished. Whew. Table topics, gotta love them. All right, now it's time for today's table topic. Today's table topic is, why are you so successful? I believe I'm so successful because of where I've come from. If you had known me from back in the day and seen me today, you'd be like, James, you've come a long way. I like how that rhymed. I do that sometimes. I do it when I feel like I'm doing just fine. But seriously, I came from some humble beginnings. I used to stutter real bad. And when you stutter, sometimes you don't want to speak because you get made fun of a lot. To now, where I feel more confident in speaking. I don't use filler words. Well, I might, depending on what that filler word is. I don't use ahs and ums and things of that nature. If it's anything, it's more like a like, but sometimes I use a like and when I'm describing something. So is that really a filler word? I don't think so. Now, I also had a few problems when I was younger with substances. And now I'm good. I've come a long way from having no confidence to some confidence. I'm not full of confidence, but I've got some. From bad substances to good substances, I look good and I feel good. So yeah, I've come a long way. And that's why I feel like I am very successful. So that was impromptu. I know you're probably thinking, no, you had time to think about it. No, I really don't. Because when you get a question, you only have a few seconds to think about how you're going to respond. I mean, you could take more time if you want, but at some point, whoever you're speaking with will get a little impatient. But for me, impromptu speaking is my thing. It seems to just flow. I let it go. I get my answer and regurgitate it. Well, that's my video for this week. Next week, I might try this again just to see if I get any views or to see if it's really connecting with you. If you would like to do some table topics on your own, you can always ask AI to give you some Toastmasters table topic questions. And then you practice. Just practice. That's what I did. You can do it too. Thank you for your time. And until next time, peace.